A girl he works with is like, I'm gonna get on that bus. I'm gonna f one of those guys.
Premeditated coochie is insane.
The name Corinne Steffens is probably not a name you're familiar with.
Nope.
But you may know her often referenced nickname that cropped up in
Superhead. What? 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 Ain't nobody trying to take Beyonce from Jay, but I know a bitch named Superhead. Who Superhead?
Even if she has apparently objected to the nickname since the start of her career.
You don't get that choice. There's a reason why they gave you that name.
And I want y'all to give a round of applause for Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead. Here's here on the program.
Wait a minute. Can I not get the AKA? It's too early.
It's,
Yo,
so no, that doesn't apply no more.
It's never applied to me.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
So niggas just randomly started calling you Superhead for no reason. You did nothing to earn that nickname. Your forehead not even that big. Something had to have happened to earn that nickname. Niggas don't just give you nicknames for no reason. There is nan nigga out here who has a nickname that does not have a reason behind it.
Later in her book, Corinne Steffens even dishes out wild stories of encounters that she had with the diddler.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Racist against rappers, they all look the same to him. They used to beg him not to egg him on Halloween. He told him holler back with the suede pumas, dollar green. Nah, I mean, heat it up till the temperature tarball. Y'all just gawk like gargoyle.
Oh yeah, I got a good one. I got a good one today. I don't know much about the other musical genres, but it's insane to me how in the hip hop and rap community, right, you can literally become a public figure just because you're a groupie. Just from having sex with rappers, just from being a rapper's baby mama. You can have an entire online career. You could be a micro celebrity just by being a big enough of a groupie. Like, it's insane to me. We made people who just look like celebrities become celebrities in their own right. It's insane to me. We have this video from Louaista. Where are the rap groupies today? All I know is in the thumbnail I saw Brittany Renner and yo, Jesus. Okay. We gonna talk about her when we get to her.
It's a well-known cliche in the entertainment industry that when you get the power that comes with fame, the next things to follow are money and women. It's nothing new. In fact, rock and roll was built on this concept, with stars of the past gaining a reputation for being hell-raising womanizers. But while legendary rock stars were known for their wild escapades and thousands of
Was that David Bowie? I didn't think David Bowie was a womanizer.
flings, rappers haven't exactly been left out of that conversation either.
Definitely.
If anything, the idea of MCs living a life of love and lust is as much of a part of hip-hop as it was in rock, if not more. Back in the day, the rap icons of the past were running rampant across the world and fully embraced that women were drawn to them, leading to some of the most craziest stories of debauchery we've ever heard.
Yeah, old heads will never like to admit that niggas back in the day used to be reckless when it came to women. Reckless.
And we had Wu-Tang. Everyone's all excited, and a girl he works with is like, I'm gonna get on that bus. I'm gonna f one of those guys. And he's like,
the odds are good. I mean, there's like 18 of them.
yeah.
Premeditated coochie is insane.
He's like, are you sure you want to do it? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And she goes on, comes off, and she blew like the crew. She blew the entire, basically she blew the Wu-Tang clan.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a story that you need to keep in the vault. If I ever hear that you throated an entire rap group, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta leave my presence immediately. Like, you are, no, I don't even want to talk to you, bro.
Easy. Yeah. Guys could be in
As a friend, I don't even want to talk to you.
relationships. You have no idea.
And these tales aren't just some made-up rumors. The stars of the 90s themselves are more than happy to tell you exactly what went down.
When we first started, I had my time, man. I didn't make no fucking lies about that. Now these days, you know, I got wifey and shit, so all that stuff is putting brakes.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Once again, old heads will never like to admit this. Niggas was out of control back in the day. It's not just the groupies, it's the actual rappers themselves. Rappers like back in the day, y'all used to be out of control. Social media wasn't a thing, so everything was kind of like hush hush until somebody actually spoke out against it. Nah, y'all niggas was some freaks. Oh, I don't give a damn. Your favorite rapper from the 90s was probably a whole dog.
if you've had some success, you know, and you're still out there doing your thing, yeah, there's gonna be opportunities all day. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people don't even know who Be Real is, and he has groupies. So that just lets you know how crazy it used to be.
There's just that group of girls that want to be attached to this particular dude, you know, like a trophy.
According to some people, it even basically became a sport for certain rappers like Eazy-E, whose womanizing ways ultimately led to his downfall.
Yeah, he caught AIDS.
They said that Easy would give like girls, you know, groupies, like fake record deals outside just so he could get them to bed.
He had contracts. I don't think they ever were like real contracts.
That's diabolical.
For
I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy.
For aspiring
That's
girls.
crazy.
Okay. They were gonna be stars.
Easy was a player. Yeah, he was a player. God.
No, nigga, that's more than just being a player, bro. Concocting a fake contract so you can get some coochie is insane. That's not. That nigga was a demon.
Bless him, man.
That's
And today, women obsessed with rap culture are just as
why is her bare foot on the windshield? That just pissed me
crazy as they ever been, blatantly showing rappers how thirsty they are, with some artists proudly putting it all on display.
Get my number.
Why?
Because I want your bed. I'll suck it so fucking good. You don't even know. I'll suck it till you fucking come. I'll fight for that fucking.
Well,
mind you, this was happening back in the day when this would never be available for the public.
while this might simply be a part of the culture, something's gone wrong. These women are so prolific that they're actually famous for very little, other than being known for spending so much time in the beds of rappers.
Yeah.
Because once they have a platform, they can make a living from telling their exploits, and somehow still wind up enticing artists with their reputations for fulfilling every man's fantasy. And today, more people are getting a bag off this than ever before. It's your boy Louaista, and this is why hip-hop has a groupie problem.
For real.
And while you may think that this epidemic began in modern times,
How many clips are there of Brittany Renner? Okay, let me shut up.
older hip-hop heads will know that this has a precedent in the 90s,
Yeah.
where one infamous individual made a whole career from hooking up with rappers. The name Corinne Steffens is probably not a name you're familiar with,
Nope.
but you may know her often referenced nickname that cropped up in
Superhead. What?
plenty of rap lyrics.
What? What? Ain't nobody trying to take Beyonce from Jay, but I know a bitch named Superhead. Who Superhead?
Better known as Superhead, even if she has apparently objected to the nickname since the start of her career.
You don't get that choice. There's a reason why they gave you that name. That's crazy.
And I want y'all to give a round of applause for Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead. Here's here on the program.
Wait a minute. Can I not get the AKA? It's too early. Yo,
It's-
can we
so
just-
no, that doesn't apply no more.
It's never applied to me.
So niggas just randomly started calling you Superhead for no reason. You did nothing to earn that nickname. They just your forehead not even that big. Something had to have happened to earn that nickname. Niggas don't just give you nicknames for no reason. There is nan nigga out here who has a nickname that does not have a reason behind it. You are not okay.
I've never used that.
Never.
I've never, ever in my life used that. That was
It don't matter if you used it. Okay.
such a bad joke. I wish we never started that joke because you know how like jokes run. You have a
I
running
thought
joke?
you was cool with this.
No, I've never introduced myself. I've never been cool. with that.
For those not up to speed, let me explain that she basically laid the blueprint for the women you see today.
You don't need to explain nothing to me. Her nickname alone tells me everything I need to know.
Over the course of her career, she was said to be acquainted with the likes of Method Man, Dr. Dre, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, Bow Wow, Kanye West, Tony Yayo, Dame Dash, Young Berg, Keith Murray, and a whole lot more.
Even Wheezy? Who even is this nigga? Who is this nigga right here? Soldier Boy. Oh, God.
When asked about how this happened, she outlined her mindset and explained how she ended up in relationships with so many different rappers.
What is it about you and entertainers?
I like creatives.
Okay.
I like creatives. I'm always drawn to people who create things because I create things. And I am inspired by people who create things. I love when the men in my life, because they help me create. So if I want to be inspired, sometimes if I'm having a hard time writing something, I'm just I'll go to the studio and hang out with my friends and watch them make music, and I'll start writing.
But it's fair to say that people aren't buying her use of the word creatives. So is she drawn to interior decorators, artist directors, or architects? Get the fuck out. She's drawn to people with money. I'd respect her more if she just admitted it.
Nah, probably not.
While she may be named in rap songs, Corinne actually managed to monetize her hustle, as she wrote a series of books entitled Confessions of a Video Vixen. Which is a model or actress who appears in music videos, especially hip-hop and R&B, and is often styled to look very attractive, seductive, or glamorous. And that was just the start. Later in her book, Corinne Steffens even dishes out wild stories of encounters that she had with the Diddler, Usher.
Nah, get her out of here. 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 I don't want to hear nothing else, bro. Nah. I don't need to hear nothing else. You were caught up with Diddy? I wasn't prepared for this information, bro. It's always a shock to the system when he pops up, bro. Holy moly. You got caught up with Diddy. I guarantee you Diddy's the guy that gave her the nickname Superhead. There's no way.
And even NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, who according to her, she met through a blind date.
I opened the door and it's Shaquille O'Neal. That's how my life works.
What happens when Shaquille walks in?
He said, the furniture is too small. Tomorrow we're gonna wire some money into your account. You'll get a big screen TV, you'll get some bigger furniture.
At that point...
Okay, now let me ask you this. He just did that just to do it?
Are you thinking, I'm gonna have to do something to get this sofa?
Yeah.
No, he said to me.
Girl, oh my God, this girl's about to piss me off.
You're my woman now, there you go. $10,000, you're my woman.
Cap!
Naturally, she's a controversial figure in plenty of ways. Even when compared to other women who've been close to the hip-hop scene. People even objected to her describing herself as a video vixen, prompting outrage from women like Melissa Ford of the Joe Budden podcast, who are better known for appearing in the visuals for rappers as tracks than she was.
She's one of the first video vixens.
Name a video that you know of her in.
Mystical.
I know one, but you made a music video.
That's what I'm saying. I know another. I can name a lot of videos.
Y'all please stop stepping on Mel's hate right now.
But it's not just rappers from the 90s that she found her way into the bedrooms of. What? During her illustrious run, she found herself carving out a unique relationship with Lil Wayne.
Get him off the screen, bro. Don't put Lil Wayne next to some woman named Superhead. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your relationship with Wayne?
Currently, we're good. Like, that's my friend. You know, I consider him a friend for life. Love him always.
Is she just really tall, or is she like sitting on a stool?
But what's crazy is that rather than say she was simply a girl he messed around with, Corinne maintained that she was basically his muse and vice versa.
As an artist, as someone who has to create something out of nothing, it's important that we pair ourselves with the right people. When I was with Wayne, I wrote my best stuff. You know, I felt like when he was with me, he wrote his best stuff.
All right, because she about to piss me off, bro. You saying all this, let me not type Superhead into the Google. You have a movie called Superhead, The Vixen and All of Us, Decor and the Single Girl, How to Design Your Life Around the Relationship You Want, Woman, Confessions of a Video Vixen, The Vixen Diaries, Vindicated Confessions of a Video Vixen 10 years later. Girl, erotic fantasies for the advanced and adventurous couple. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bewildered. The evidence is pointing to the fact that you were called Superhead for a reason.
When he was trying to figure out his new style, that singing thing that he started doing, he was with me on the bus singing into a remote control. Like, how does this sound? When he was starting to learn to play guitar, he was with me.
And what were you doing? What were you doing with him on that bus?
I feel like certain
Yeah, but hold on. Did you stick around when that actually happened? Because if so, we might have to change this conversation. Because if you were on the bus when he wrote Prom Queen, someone needs to escort her out of the building.
Yeah, Peter Rosenberg is right, because taking credit for Rebirth of all projects is probably not as big of a flex as Corinne thought it was.
Somebody in my comments told me that I need to react to this album because I don't think I've ever heard it. I don't think I've ever heard it, bro. Mind you, okay, yeah, whatever.
However, this wasn't the only Mr. Carter in the rap game that she apparently had a little hookup with.
Jay-Z
because,
was
according to
insane.
her, after getting a role in the Hype Williams directed video to Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek's Hey Poppy, Corinne said that she had a thing with Hove, which she detailed in her book, stating that she was chauffeured away from the set, down the winding road, and closer to the shoreline. Jay and I feasted on our attraction for each other, rapidly and quickly. After just a few minutes, I lifted my head from his lap, wiped my lips, and knew we'd made a mistake.
Girl, you said you feasted on him? I'm not... What? Wait a minute. Girl, you said you feasted on this nigga? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You were called Superhead for a reason. No way. Jay and I feasted on our attraction to one another. Girl, please stop talking.
A few minutes,
Stop talking to me.
I lifted my head from his lap, wiped my lips, and knew we'd made a mistake. Now, you would think that considering she was so notorious across the scene, that these MCs wouldn't want to go anywhere near her, especially if they knew there was a chance they would end up in one of her tell-all books. But Ja Rule, who was featured in many of her bestsellers, explained why people kept going back for her.
Why do you think men continue to get involved with Corinne?
Her name is called Superhead. You think niggas are gonna pass up a chance to find out why she's named that? If I became an actor, or if I became an actor, a famous celebrity or something, and I came across a woman named Super Coochie, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just another statistic. Like, what are we talking about?
Niggas like playing with fire, man. It's like a little kid. You tell you to listen. That right there, hot. Don't touch this hot. The little kid, what he do? Burn his motherfucking hand up. It's the same shit. Motherfuckers like playing with fire, man.
I mean, Lil Wayne seems to have had some sort of
I don't get it, man. And she's old as shit now. Like.
And when you think about it, that's a lesson that rappers clearly are not learning.
No.
As while most of the girls they're dealing with today wouldn't know how to open a book, let alone write one, they can certainly get in front of a podcast mic and tell stories. As for Corinne, the constant demand for more content meant that she eventually struggled to keep up.
What do you mean more content? Who is demanding more content from this person?
Particularly as she got older and her lifestyle changed.
If we're both having sex at the same time, why am I the one being used? Why can't it be that he's being used? Seeing a woman play a man's game and win at it was very disturbing to me. Publishers did not want me to stop, so they kept asking me to write the same book over and over again. I started a persona that nobody wanted me to finish. Yeah. She had to keep going. By the time I got to my mid-30s, I was like, guys, I've grown and my son is getting older and I can't continue to write this way. So there was a time.
I feel bad for her son that his mom is known as Superhead.
Where the persona and the person went through a little war. The person was growing and the person was learning and the person was evolving, but the persona can't.
Despite the fact that she was best known for being with rappers, Corinne kept saying that it wasn't her being used, but them. And whenever possible, she stood her ground.
That's probably true. Let's be honest, that's probably true. It's not that hard. If you look good, it's not that hard to take advantage of a nigga. She's probably right about that.
Such as the time when the former video vixen reflected on her appearance on the Tyra Banks show back in 2005, where she felt unfairly judged for being open about her past.
People expect me to be ashamed. And all my life, I've been expected to be ashamed of who I am. And I'm not. And I think that it bothers a lot of people that I'm not ashamed.
Amazingly, she still kept getting the bag from essentially getting bagged, something she even admitted to on an Instagram post where she said, "This book has been taught in at least 10 universities in their women/gender and hip-hop studies."
What? What? Boponomics 101? Like, what do we do? What?
"I owe my lecture and teaching career to this book." For Corinne,
okay, you know what? If she managed to leave that lifestyle behind, she got her bag from it, and she's moved on, and she's living a much more tamed lifestyle, I can respect it.
she had a good sense to turn her promiscuous past into something profitable.
Yeah.
But it's not fair to say that all of those who followed her lead did the same.
Yeah.
Just take a look at someone like Kat Stacks,
I'd never heard of this person.
often cited as the original internet rap groupie. From the outset, her life was on a dangerous path, including a traumatic childhood of trafficking that led her to getting the words "bottom bitch" tattooed on her at the age of 16.
What?
So who was actually the first artist that you slept with? How did you get into sleeping with artists?
I've been working in strip clubs since I was 10 years old.
Damn!
What?
The first person I met in Miami was actually T-Pain.
Nah, leave T-Pain alone.
Because he used to always go to Tootsie's. Then he bought this club called Encore, and I met him there because I was a dancer there.
You called it Encore?
Oh, then after that, I started meeting up everybody.
If you're unfamiliar with her hustle, it basically revolved around her exposing the rappers she slept with, including Lil Wayne, Nelly, Bow Wow, Soulja Boy, and many others.
Oh my god, bro. I don't even know if I want to hear her stories.
And although she never gave an exact number, Kat, who's of Venezuelan descent, did reveal how she decided which rappers to expose and why their names ended up going public.
Do you have like a list of the number of artists that you've been with?
I've been with a lot of artists. I just haven't exposed everybody because they still keep a good relationship with me. And like, the ones I put out there is people that's cut off, done me wrong, and ain't mean nothing to me.
While she often has smoke for these individuals, she has clearly extracted a lot of joy from it. During a reflective interview with No Jumper, she said that her time with Bow Wow gave her a feeling of self-worth, but ultimately ended when she got clingy.
Who was the first rapper that you started to like date in the game?
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. How'd you get in touch with him?
He followed me on Twitter, and he lived 2 minutes away from me.
And you were like,
I'm not gonna lie, y'all niggas is in the trenches for this one gang. I could understand Superhead, but this one, she looked like you just picked her up off the street. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but getting exposed for this is insanity.
I'm coming through.
He said to come, gave me his address. Just went there.
What was fucking with like an actual celebrity rapper like in that situation?
I gotta see better pictures of her, because maybe Louaista just hasn't shown me good pictures of her. No, I'm not. No. Nah, y'all not getting I can understand Superhead. I can't understand this one. Y'all, yeah, no.
As opposed to like, you know, I don't know what other kind of guys you would have been dating, but you're dating this pimp and he's out and he's driving around neighborhoods in Miami and picking up 15-year-old girls and turning them into hookers. I'm just
put him firing squad, bro.
Just assuming that Bow Wow's probably living a very different lifestyle. Did that occur to you? Did it seem like you were kind of, I'm in this different lane. I'm dealing with actual people with money.
It made me feel beautiful.
How often do you like keep hanging out with him, or was that kind of just like a once?
Maybe like twice a month.
Okay.
But then I started being clingy.
And he wasn't into that.
If any platform made Kat a star, it was World Star, where her videos of exposing MCs often went live. As a result, she often got actively attacked by rappers and their entourage just for exposing them, including getting—
Jesus, look, I'm not gonna lie, no, gang. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, bro. You was just horny. I'm just gonna be honest. You was just horny for this one.
often got actively attacked by rappers and their entourages for exposing them, including getting smacked around by Lil Twist's aunt and her friends.
I was drunk as at Club Miami in Atlanta. I went home with Young LA and Jay Futuristic. Slept over.
Young LA is still like a freak.
Whatever, the next day we hit up the studio and shit. And Matthew had 5 G's on me, whoever the found me. And this called him up talking about, because his dumbass put on Twitter that was going to use for him or whatever. So Mazzy and then pull up in the studio with Lil Twist on and his two little 3 hippo hoes. And they didn't jump me because Rappy told them to touch me and shit. He was talking about it and whatnot. But they really got time to made me lie on camera and say that I apologize and I lied on all them. Like, they really put their hands on me though.
But over time, Kat's infamy.
It don't matter. It don't matter if you jump and beat her up, bro. You still, this was you. You did this. How you gonna be mad at her for exposing that you did this? Like, you, what? There were other options, gang. I'm just saying.
Died down. While her life was already full of hardship, things got even worse when she got caught up in a deportation battle, landing her in custody multiple times along the way. Long after her heyday, Kat has had time to reflect on her reputation and appears to have found some meaning in it.
How do you feel about the fact that your name holds such weight in that regard, that there's so many people that kind of look back in awe of that era that you put your stamp on in hip-hop history?
I guess it feels good to be kind of remembered after you die. No, so when you...
I'd be honest, bro. I don't think you're gonna be as remembered as you think you are. How old is she? 35. Okay. She's had time to reflect. I'm gonna be real. It's not like it's fun to make fun of them, but like I'm not gonna sit here and act like that you can never change your ways. You know what I'm saying?
you die, people still kind of remember me.
And now, rather than feeling spiteful towards her or judging her, most people just want her to find some harmony. Kat has literally been thrown through the mud. Her soul is hurt. I hope she finds peace.
Yeah, because like she might have been a bop, but the rappers are the ones who chose to sleep with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be mad at her for that. You know, I'm more mad at the rappers for getting mad at the fact that she was talking about the fact that they had sex with her. Like, that's on you. You were the one who gave her that ability to expose that about you. You know what I'm saying?
For people like Kat, the rap life chewed her up and spat her out.
Yeah.
But for others, they managed to harness their infamy and use it to their advantage to become a household name. If you've been around hip-hop for any length of time, I can bet you've heard of the name Amber Rose. Back in the day, she was a model whose signature shaved head look proved to be her unique selling point.
I don't like the shaved head look, I'm gonna just be honest.
And gained her tons of admirers. Among them was none other than Kanye West, who became obsessed with her after she co-starred with him in the video for Put It On with Jeezy. Before long, the two were a couple, but she denied every allegation that promoted the idea that she was out here looking for a rapper baby daddy, and that her relationship with Ye happened completely naturally.
Sure.
When you go on the shoot, you're like, I'm keeping it professional.
Yes.
Is that the goal of some women, like go on these sets and maybe try to get with the guy that's...
I'm sure women do that. That's personally not me. It's crazy because he flew me out to do RoboCop video because he was like, you look like a robot. I think this would be cool.
Right.
You look like a robot. It's cool. What?
And I said, absolutely. You're Kanye West. Of course, I'll come out and shoot the video. I go to LA. We're like hanging out that night. I meet him and he's on another video set. And I'm like, okay, so what time should I be ready tomorrow morning? Is the car gonna, you know, so I'm so used to like these.
You're keeping it professional.
The other videos I've done before that. And he's like, no, just chill. We're gonna figure it out. I'll just, you know. So I'm like, okay. So then a day goes by, then another day goes by. We're going out to dinners.
Uh-oh.
We're going like...
You doing everything but shooting a video.
Yes.
I can fully believe her. I'm not gonna lie. It's a well-known fact that Kanye West is a horny motherfucker. I can fully believe this. I'm not gonna lie. I can fully believe
He's doing everything but shooting a video.
The pair ultimately dated for 2 years, with Amber being by his side for some of the most controversial moments of his entire time in the limelight. Well, at least until all the stuff that Bianca has had to put up with.
Yeah.
But since then, things have taken a nasty turn. And Ye has persistently dissed her in a way that Amber has found it hard to bear.
So nobody really knows my side of the story. No one knows what I've been through. When Kanye made his album and he talked reckless about me on his album, and then, you know, I have people throwing things at me in the street because they're fans of...
When did he diss her? Like, I guarantee you I heard the song that he dissed her. He altered the lyrics of his song Stronger to make... What? I'll do anything for a blonde and she'll do anything for the limelight. I did everything for that blonde and she did anything when the time was right. What?
Just to a happy home. My ex said she gave me the best years of her life. I saw a recent picture of her. I guess she was right.
Oh my God. Yeah, Kanye is definitely a spiteful nigga.
Of Kanye's.
Take your time. Take your time.
I'm just crying because I don't deserve to be bullied like that. I'm a nice girl. I don't bother.
Kanye is really vicious. I'm not gonna lie. Kanye is vicious when he don't like you no more. Yeah, that nigga's vicious.
Anybody, and I keep my mouth shut because I don't want any trouble. But to be bullied through music and through stuff like that, it's not fair to me. I don't deserve that.
He was an a-hole and he was mean to me and he didn't treat me the way he was supposed to. I accepted his apology because I feel like he's remorseful for how he treated me.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep it moving. I mean, it was a nice gesture.
Do you think he wants you back?
I don't care.
As Ye moved on to Kim Kardashian, he continued to go out of his way to demean Amber at a moment's notice.
Jesus.
For instance, during his appearance on The Breakfast Club, he claimed that he literally had to be cleansed from Amber Rose's energy before he could get with Kim.
Because by the way, it's like it's very hard for a woman to want to be with someone that's with Amber Rose. So she wasn't sending nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to take 30 showers before I got with Kim, you know?
Jesus.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Please wait.
And clearly,
Jesus, this is before he went off the deep end too, bro.
That was the last straw for her, because not long after, she began airing out some of her private preferences, including this infamous tweet about Kanye saying he likes his salad tossed. Along the way, Amber Rose shut down rumors linking her to multiple men in the industry, such as Fabulous, Drake,
and
Chris Brown, LeBron James, and more. But there was one rapper who ended up playing a way more meaningful role in her life than Ye ever did, and that was Wiz Khalifa. After Wiz was asked in an interview what girl he would be with if he could choose any in the world, he specifically named Amber Rose as the one. Soon after, Amber reached out, and it didn't take long for their connection to blossom into a full-blown romance, with the two quickly becoming inseparable, which meant that any attempts that Ye made to get back with her were soon irrelevant. And in her opinion, being with Wiz basically renewed her faith in men.
I want to be with Wiz for the rest of my life.
Wiz Khalifa seemed like he's a really good dude. And even though they're separated now, as far as I know, they don't got no bad blood.
Are you married?
We're not married.
You're not married? Do you believe in marriage?
Shout out Wendy Williams, bro. She used to be the GOAT.
I never did until I met Wiz.
With Wiz by her side, Amber felt empowered enough to withstand Ye's constant jabs. And together, they even welcomed a son by the name of Sebastian. But in 2014, everything came crashing down when she caught Wiz cheating in their own bed.
Never mind. I thought Wiz was a good dude. Woo!
Amber made it clear
with twins. Okay.
On Twitter that she had stayed faithful, and while the breakup hurt them both, they managed to put their son first and maintained a healthy co-parenting relationship.
Yeah.
How do you feel about co-parenting? I love co-parenting, man. His mom is amazing, Amber. I love her. She's a good friend, a great partner, probably like the best ex ever, yo. Like we talk, we go through difficult situations together, we make it out of that together. Mm-hmm. So we have a really, really strong relationship, and we're on.
And I just can't, like, Wiz, like, it seems like such a mellow dude. I just can't imagine him like being like as vicious as Kanye, anywhere near as vicious as Kanye. And compared to Kanye, Wiz is probably like a literal ice cube.
On the same page when it comes to raising him.
After the two previous experiences, you'd imagine that she'd sworn off rappers, but she still wound up dating MGK and 21 Savage.
That's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
The latter of whom she dated for 2 years and dropped some explicit details about her infatuation with him. And for that, she even got saluted by the likes of Charlemagne for being so unapologetically herself.
Amber Rose says she likes to smell 21 Savage's underwear. Here is what she had to say.
I've sniffed his underwear, like where his balls are. Mm-hmm. Like, it smells so good. Oh
I'm not gonna lie, Louaista, I didn't need to know that.
It has that, like, the smell.
I missed who I was before I found that information out.
Of, like, the pubic hair and just, like, walking around throughout the day.
What the heck?
Ooh.
That's real.
Okay.
Drop on the clues bomb for Amber Rose for consistently showing us at the end of the day she's just a dirty foot Philly chick. God bless Amber Rose.
No, you need to apologize for being yourself at that point. That's too damn much. I I didn't need to know that.
Amber don't give a damn. You hear me?
I give a damn. I didn't want to know that.
Look at you, Amber. And I do the same. I don't want you do what? Sniff my wife's panties? Me too, yeah.
For a little while, the pair were inseparable, and she even brought him along during her slut walk movement, causing him to get relentlessly trolled for photos like this, where he had a sign saying, "I'm a hoe too." After they
he probably was, like, let's be real.
Split up, she moved outside of rappers in terms of the dating pool, instead having her second child with Alex A.E. Edwards, who is actually a Def Jam executive, but they would eventually split too, leaving her to seemingly leave love behind, as now she's dedicating her time to the MAGA life instead. And more recently, she tapped back into the fame and notoriety she got from the MAGA life instead.
To the MAGA life? Oh, what?
And more recently, she tapped back into the fame and notoriety she got from the hip-hop world, heading out with Natalie Nunn to film Baddies Africa. For the most part,
Jesus Christ, Natalie Nunn got such a huge chin, bro. It don't make no sense.
She got from the hip.
Good God.
Pop world, heading out with Natalie Nunn.
This don't make no sense.
To film Baddies Africa. For the most part, Amber has expanded beyond the life she once lived and is now channeling her time and energy elsewhere.
I don't think she was that big of a bop. Ruby Rose, on the other hand, it's completely understandable. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be mad at anybody that even shoots they shot at Ruby. I'm not gonna be mad at it.
For Ruby Rose, she tried the same transition, going from frequent arm candy of an MC.
That's insane work. Yeah.
To a rapper in her own right.
Oh, okay.
Born and raised in Kentucky, Ruby Rose began making a name for herself on social media before getting the call to star in Migos' Bad and Bougie music video. Reportedly, she had similar calls before, but she turned them down to make sure that she was given a starring role. And it's
what? Imagine being so fine that you're able to turn down music videos because you want to make sure you're with a bunch of A-list celebrities.
It's fair to say that she made it count. From that moment on, she became one of the most sought after women in hip-hop. And by the sounds of it, she was happy to oblige as she went on a spree of dating artists. So much so that DJ Vlad sat her down during their interview and proceeded to cook her about exactly who she hooked up with and what caused lies and rumors to spread.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. DJ Vlad, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have a love-hate relationship with DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad is the most federal man on the internet. I don't know why people still do interviews with him and then get shocked whenever he says something federal. Like, of course he was going to talk about your body count. That's what you're known for. Come on, bro.
Well, because there are rumors about you and various famous men. I'm going to name a few.
Okay, I'll tell you which one.
You could react.
Okay.
Cam Newton.
That one was weird. No, never. I've never even met him.
Cap.
Travis Scott.
When I was younger. Oh wait, actually, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this game.
Cap. I knew it. Come on, bro. The fact that you have Trav in your account is insanity. I don't need to hear nothing else, bro.
Shout out to Travis Scott. One of
Travis Scott is crazy.
One of the monsters out there in music right now. Soulja Boy.
Fudge now.
Fudge?
I think we DM'd as friends, but like nothing like freaky or crazy.
Lil Yachty.
We're friends.
21 Savage.
When I was younger. Oh wait, how many more are left?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
However, 21 and Travis weren't the only prominent artists who she was with in the past. For a little while, she was also engaged in a volatile relationship with Playboi Carti.
Understood.
One which she spoke openly about in interviews that he'd rather didn't see the light of day.
The only interaction I've had at all with Playboi Carti was when we put out the Ruby Rose interview. You guys got into an argument and he pulled out his gun and...
Oh, I don't want to get into the...
Well,
I told you, bro. DJ Vlad is like federal, bro. I don't know why people go in his interviews and then get hot at him. Like, come on, you knew what was going to happen. It's like going to a Nardwuar interview and getting shocked that he's dug so deeply into your background.
Allegedly shot off his gun.
A gun did get, yeah,
a
but
gun
I mean,
went off.
That's what we do.
And you didn't get hit.
I did not. I'm here.
So we got the cease and desist from his lawyers, and we're like, y'all go f yourself with this.
Once that elapsed, she found herself dating none other than DDG, and from the outset, that relationship seemed to be similarly chaotic, defined by no shortage of cheating rumors and crazy moments, such as this one recalled by Zayas, where Ruby basically...
Now, nigga, you just not trying at this point. Louaista, you know it's not pronounced Zayas.
Broke into his house after DDG flew out a girl to come see him. In the aftermath, Ruby Rose broke one of DDD's chains that was worth thousands.
Did you call him?
See him. In the aftermath, Ruby Rose broke one of DDD's chains.
Louaista, you're doing this on purpose, bro. Did you just call him DDD? Like King DDD? I'm getting tired of this. First Zayas and now DDD.
That was worth thousands of dollars.
So we just in the living room playing the video game. Then out of nowhere, bro, boom, 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 boom. We like, what's going on? Like, boom. RR, stomp in. They wasn't on speaking terms, so like, she had came unannounced. She don't say nothing. She goes straight upstairs. DDG look at us like, we like, she come downstairs with some flight tickets. Just for context, I guess DDG had flew some, flew yeah or whatever, and put the thing in the trash. So she would dig through his trash and found it. So she come downstairs mad. She grabbed this big ass chain, bro. Bro, and threw that across the living room. I looked at DDG eyes, bro. That pupils was dilated, bro.
However, even after all of that, they still managed to make up afterwards.
So
that's crazy.
So we calmed them down. Everybody's cool, everybody chilling. And we turned into therapists, bro. And they was talking shit. She was popping her shit, he was popping his shit, yeah. They was like, it's like they was having a who can put who down battle. Yeah. These niggas like they talking to us like, but he did this, she did that. They ended up making up, bro.
Then, when things went wrong between them, DDG spoke about the extent of her love on a track where he looked to shame her for being promiscuous in the past.
And I think she said something about you, like, said, oh, like my next guy's gonna be taller or something. Then you said my next girl's not gonna have 60 bodies. Were you serious about the 60 bodies thing, or were you just talking shit?
He was underselling.
Nah, it was just a little back and forth shit, regular shit.
Amid all of this personal drama, Ruby has kept it pushing, beginning a career as a rapper which has led to collaborations with high-profile stars. At the same time, she has acknowledged how lusted after she is by locking in on OnlyFans. Recently, she made headlines after it was reported that her #1 fan has paid her $62,000 in 1 year. But all of this fame—
What? That's something I would keep in the archives, bro. I would not. What? She don't even look comfortable next to this nigga, bro. This is ridiculous. It's never that serious. She could have kept this to herself and got herself $400K. Now she got to live knowing she probably won't.
#1 fan has paid her $62,000.
He got a tattoo of her face on. Bro, that don't even look like her, gang.
In 1 year. But all of this fame and fortune has come at a price for Ruby. In interviews, she has spoken up about struggles with her love life due to her notoriety.
Yeah. So how does a girl like you go on dates and cultivate a relationship? You said you want to get married. Can these things happen given the insane lifestyle that you're living?
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to date. Like I was just telling my friends, like going to cause going to a nigga's house is like, it's just already too intimate. But then like going like to like the movies or going to eat, like people will take a picture and then assume that y'all are with each other. So it's just like
tough.
Ruby has to get her somebody who's not like famous. You got to get yourself a regular nigga. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's probably not what you want to hear, but that's what you're probably gonna have to do if you want to be able to have a stable relationship. Because unless you get a celebrity like Adam 22 who embraces that kind of thing, you're not gonna get a normal love life.
It's a little tough.
But while her relationships with rappers and even comedians have failed,
she did Drewski dirty. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Don't you call me? I shaved the beard. I don't look nothing like Drewski right now. I don't want to hear no Drewski clone allegations.
She still maintains that she draws the line at white dudes.
I have never and will never touch pink dick. I love all races though. Is that racist against pink?
No, it's not. And actually I have a confession. My first kiss was a man of Caucasian descent. And I gave him a hand job and he was white. But since then, I have never done that.
But while Ruby has yet to find another partner, the same cannot be said for Brittany Renner.
Holy moly, this is about to be a roller coaster right here.
A high-profile influencer and fitness model, Brittany made a name for herself on social media as a sought-after woman, one who has led men like Kodak Black to actively lust after her in full view of cameras.
I like to drink what I like to drink, and you can give me what I like to drink.
You gonna drink me, so you drinking yak?
You want me to drink you.
You gonna be drinking yak anyway.
You want me to drink you. I drink you. I know you drink me, but I don't drink yet.
Look, okay. In her defense, Kodak Black is barely human. He's barely human, bro. I've seen him slap his own mom's ass, bro. Kodak is not human.
Anyways, Brittany Renner, Kodak Black, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Over the years, she has assembled an extensive
Jesus Christ
roster of
good googly moogly, bro.
Rappers and basketball players, the size of which had even a freak like Shannon Sharp panting.
Because my dating pool is impressive, expansive, I've had sex with 35 guys.
Expansive, girl. 35 guys plus DLC. Let's stop talking. Let's stop capping. 35 guys plus the DLC. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay.
She literally wrote a book about her sexual experiences. Let me not. Whew. You had this nigga Shannon Sharp reaching for every liquid within a 2-mile radius, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't the word.
Particularly after she revealed 3 of them occurred in one day.
There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day?
Yes.
And then I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yes.
I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection.
Yeah, I was about to say that's plot armor.
Although not confirmed, there are rumors that she had a thing with none other than this Scott Drake.
That don't surprise me at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Drake. I'm gonna shut up, bro.
As they were spotted out together
Drake's freaky ass? Yeah, no. There's no way he didn't.
plenty of times over the years. But one rapper we know for a fact that she was embroiled in a relationship with was none other than Lil Uzi Vert. Sadly, the bond did not last, with Renner insisting it wasn't all that serious.
I mean, you've spent time with the GOAT.
Who's the GOAT? Who is the GOAT?
Lil Uzi.
Of course they gonna be hating. What? Of course some bops are not gonna. Okay, of course some ex-bops are not gonna admit that somebody is a GOAT.
Oh my god.
She doesn't even call him Lil Uzi. She calls him by his real. Yeah.
You were never in love with Lil Uzi?
Of course I love him. He's cute. He's fun. He's nice. Like, I mean, what's not to love about
Not
Uzi?
that kind of love. We all love him that way.
I haven't been in love in years, so I haven't met that guy.
Once on the rebound, she dipped back into the pool of professional athletes and wound up having a kid with basketball star PJ Washington.
You gotta talk about how she headhunted this nigga. Like, she barely waited until he had graduated college to get him.
Leading to a chaotic relationship that Brittany admitted
she snatched his ass up
to acting out with during interviews.
I will air this bitch the fuck out. Delete the fucking tweet. You are a fucking psycho, fucking path, liar, hypocrites. Delete the fucking tweet or I will fucking drag you, bitch.
I don't
That's crazy.
recognize that woman in the voice text.
That's
I
crazy.
don't recognize. Thank you, mother.
Since then, Brittany continued to make her living from social media, and it resulted in plenty of ridiculous moments, including one very strange encounter with Charleston White.
Of a persona, an online persona, a scapegoat. Whereas Miss Renner doesn't have the same luxury. She is who she is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You a goer if you throwing it back on Charleston White.
And we're gonna try to do this. We're gonna try to. Ladies and gentlemen, we in Miami right now. I need some music, baby. Can I get some motherfucking music?
Although she's never formally said it, this seemed to be her rock bottom. As soon, Brittany was about to repent her old ways. Cause while she's still dating rappers, things have taken an abrupt U-turn. These days, Brittany is dating Kevin Gates. Association.
Not anymore. They got married and then they got divorced within 3 months. I'm not even joking about that.
In which they seem to manifest when you consider the flirty videos that surfaced when they were younger.
Hi. Wow. How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you know, you inspire me. Thank you so much.
Inspired you to do what, my nigga? Be a bigger bop? Like, what are we talking about?
Then she's converted to Islam and is now living a normal, idyllic life with Kevin.
Not anymore. Dang, Louaista must have made this a long time ago, because they literally they already got a divorce. It's crazy.
Make this love right here, baby. Very wholesome. Oh my God, grocery shopping. I love this for us. You know, we just doing wholesome, baby. This is very wholesome, regular activity.
However, this hasn't come without its issues, because as it turns out, making money has proven to be difficult, especially when she's best for being known as an IG thought.
Yeah. Allahu Akbar. I've gone through a lot of changes internally, and as a result, my outer world has completely crumbled. If I have no idea where I'm going to live or how I'm going to provide for my son, the facade is fading, alhamdulillah. And I'm at a place where I don't want anything that doesn't have my name on it. Take it away.
And when she took it to IG, it's fair to say that she received little to no sympathy.
Yeah.
$5K a month child support. You crying to the wrong tax bracket.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. But like, come on, bro. You quite literally have an NBA player's child. Like, you're not gonna worry about your next meal. Like, let's be real. Let's be so honest. Most people don't even make $5K a month working 9 to 5s. Like, let's be real.
Bracket girl, bye. UPS is hiring. For Renner, it seems like there's a path of redemption that she's intent on going on. But some people seem beyond salvation. And if there's a prime example of that, it's Selena Powell. Today, she's a prominent online figure, but back then, she gained prominence when she faked a pregnancy from Offset without caring who got hurt in the process.
You faked the pregnancy? Yeah, it's raps for you.
A bad experience we made up with Offset.
Of course you would be on No Jumper. So this is one of the girls. Don't they call themselves the Bobcast or something? Of course your ass is on No Jumper.
Okay, you made up with him.
Yeah.
Isn't it it's kind of amazing that you weren't the one to call him out and get his whole relationship fucked up?
You know, Cardi, like, she messaged me and shit, you know that, right? You know, I had
What'd she say?
CEO or whatever of Atlantic Records calling me, telling me I need to delete that shit. I had lawyers reach out to me telling me I need to chill out. I've had
Why didn't you just actually listen to him?
Money, because I didn't feel like it. Anyway, I didn't tell everybody I was faking the pregnancy because I didn't want to ruin Academics' credibility.
After that initial run of infamy, she unveiled a whole host of tales, including various times which involved married men.
I was with Fetty Wap and Waka Flocka.
And you with Waka Flocka while he was with Tammy?
Yes.
And you had a conversation with Tammy?
Yes.
And gave her the receipt?
Yeah, I gave her the receipts and everything. And I didn't know celebrities like you and like don't talk to you after.
How long did you and Offset fuck around though?
That was it.
That was it?
Girl, that was it. He hated me.
It was Snoop Dogg in the video.
No! No. I don't, no, gang. No, gang. Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't look at that. No, I'm not looking at that.
With his full face on the camera.
Sorry, I'm not getting ready.
Now, he was very married at the time.
I found out he was married when he flew me out for the BET Awards, and on stage he's thanking his wife. I'm like,
She acts as if that wouldn't have only required a Google search to find out.
Yeah.
Along the way, she also had plenty of praise for Young Thug.
I remember good dick. That's why I could tell you my good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Young Thug, number one.
And as much as she had kind dick,
can we just, okay. Yeah, I really don't like this girl because I'm hearing too much information that I don't know. I've seen too much of Snoop Dogg. In that 1 5-second clip, I seen much more Snoop Dogg than I needed to see.
Things to say about Thugger, she also had a similar level of shade for Academics, who she claims was essentially a simp for her.
Now, Academic.
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me.
Seen him like in a tape online, and his belly is really huge. It's hairy. His kind of small, and he had to stay close.
Kinda. It's so small, babe. Literally the smallest thing ever. Oh my God, so mad that I just him too.
How long were?
Why? I'm not gonna lie. Academics might be trash, but you're worse for even doing that. Why'd you say that? Okay.
y'all together? Because y'all was like in a relationship.
Bro, he's gonna deny being with me, but like that man would literally have a fucking heart attack if he ever saw me with anybody else. He would always call me, always text me, like always making sure I'm good. He's told me he loved me. He's in love with me. Like I've slept with him like overnight. We've cried together.
Fired right now.
But now you're complaining about how tiny his dick is after you've said that you've had a whole secret relationship with this nigga. Like why? What? Was it not okay? It wasn't an issue back then, but now that you're spilling tea and you're trying to get attention about it, it's suddenly a huge issue. And I can't. Your profile looks horrible. My God, give me Natalie Nunn.
Babe, like we've cried together. Like
their time together was chaotic to say the least, even leading to the infamous tale of when Tekashi 6ix9ine blatantly cucked Ak, borrowing Selena in the same way that you would ask your homie for a lighter.
You never saw 6ix9ine either?
No, I fucked the shit out of him.
How was that?
Actually, I fucked him in Brenna Gay.
You what?
I fucked him in Brenna Gay.
Wait, so is this like an academics cuck thing where he like gets off on watching that?
Not in like literally in front. Like 6ix9ine was going through my phone and he saw a video of me sucking dick and he was like, yo, I need this. He was like, AK, get out.
And what accent?
AK looked at me and he was like, I was like,
I can believe that. Unfortunately, I can fully believe that happened.
Years, Selena's antics have garnered her disgust of basically anyone who encounters them online, with some viewing her as an indictment of an entire generation of women. This woman really thinks she's about something, proud in fact. I can't believe she's sitting there talking about this like she's so proud of herself. Absolutely sickening. Yet, much as rappers still flocked to Superhead back in the day, there are still artists willing to subject themselves to the potential danger of getting trapped with Selena for life.
And I don't feel no sympathy for them. None at all.
And at the moment, she's got YBN Namir in the crosshairs.
Damn, YBN Namir has not had a W in a millennia.
And he's seemingly got her pregnant. To no one's surprise, this has been a source of infinite clowning. I ain't think bro could do worse than
No, not YBN Namir, bro. Namir, come on, bro. Any worse than Soul Train?
Soul Train. Having a child with everybody's former side chick is crazy. Bro unlocked a new level of rock bottom. And clearly, it's not a situation he thought through. Just look at how he reacted when he found out about her past with a prominent adult star who is known to have herpes.
Who had 50 dicks in their mouth?
The girl you was kissing on Instagram.
The girl I was kissing on Instagram.
I just want to know if she really stuck that Gucci third leg nigga shit, because if she did...
Gucci third leg?
Boy, ask her about Gucci third leg.
Nah, I'm on live. You ain't never say that. You ain't never say that, bro. You ain't never say that. Don't scare me like that. What?
No.
So I'm fourth leg?
Although they think it's fun at the time, getting into situations like this is ultimately enough to tarnish a rapper's reputation. And beyond that,
man, screw the reputation, bro. You might have just gave that nigga an incurable disease.
It also created an entire hustle for people who haven't really done enough to merit the notoriety they have. So how about we just stop making dumb people famous? Seriously, it's an epidemic at this point.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, yo, I mean, even if you took away the fame aspect, a lot of these women would still be doing that stuff. Because as you can see, even in the 90s, they were doing that when you were less likely to get notarized for it. But I'm not going to lie, like this is unheard of levels, man. God damn. Namir. YBN Namir cannot catch a break. This is ridiculous, man. Can we just say that? Can we finally agree that we just feel bad for this nigga at this point? Can we finally agree that YBN Namir has suffered enough already? Okay? Can we agree on that? Please. Oh my God.